Nightcat Classic Tales is the part of the show where we dive through my childhood trauma, the horrifying things that have happened to me in the past, and I retell them to you for your amusement, but also as cautionary tales so that they don't happen to anybody else. Here's basically just a good rule of thumb. Be nice to your Lyft driver and your Uber driver, anyone working in the service industry, anyone who has to fetch you things like you're a baby. Let me run to the back and check for that for you, Patricia, or whatever your name is. Just be nice to those people. That's all I'm asking. I don't think that's a lot to ask for. You should be as nice to them as you are to your neighbors and your friends and your coworkers and everybody else. Just be human beings to service workers. I have worked in the service industry most of my life. I have seen some of the worst humanity has to offer. There was a stretch in my 20s where I was working a bunch of different jobs to make ends meet, but one of the things I was doing was rideshare for Lyft and Uber. And I got used to drunk people getting in my car and being really loud and playing Nickelback and, you know, all the things that people do when they're annoying and drunk. This couple gets into my car and I'm driving them from a bar to their house on the other side of town. Google says, hey, why don't you hop on the freeway? And I go, great. So I start to get onto the freeway and this woman goes, excuse me, but what the are you doing? And I go, I'm taking you home. And she goes, oh, what? You're taking the long way? What? So you could take more of my money? You're going to take the long way, get more miles out of this and make more money? I don't think so. Take the regular way. The thing is, though, she never told me what the regular way was. I had no idea. It's not like she had told me ahead of time, like, hey, stay off the freeway, take this road instead. She didn't tell me any of that. She just assumed I should know how she gets to her house. And even though Google very specifically said it was going to be less time in the car and less miles, she insisted I take the long way through town, and she screamed at me the entire time for trying to rip her off. Because people are human garbage. I mean, when you're in the back of an Uber, I don't care how nice you are, you're a pile of garbage and you're inconveniencing someone who I'm sure would rather be watching Netflix. So she screams at me the entire time. I let her out. I wash my hands of the situation because I try really hard not to bring crap like that home with me because it happens a lot. I get a review the next day from her husband, who is the one who called the Lyft ride. And it says this. Sorry my wife yelled at you, LOL. She wasn't being nice to anyone that night. What am I supposed to do with this? Like, genuinely, is that supposed to make me feel better that your wife took all of the world's frustrations out on me, who barely wanted to exist anyway? I didn't even want to be alive at that point in my life, okay? I don't have time for your wife's pissy attitude because what? She didn't get the seat she wanted at the restaurant? Her soup arrived too hot? I don't know what else that woman's problem could have been. But I'm sorry I didn't take her super secret shortcut all the way home. And that is Nightcat Classic Tale.